Hello everyone, it is Monday, and that means it's time for my weekly draft video. We're doing more Amonkhet, of course, and I'll be back with you guys when this draft fires. Ooh, I haven't gotten to open up Samut yet, and I think that's just what we have to take. She is gold, and in fact, kind of wants you to be playing 3 creatures, but she's just so powerful that I don't think you can really pass her. She's going to be an insane bomb if you can play her. We should try to splash her if we can. If we can be in red-green, obviously that's even better. And there's a chance we can't, but there's just so much upside with her that we should take her. But assuming we didn't have this awesome bomb rare, Horror of the Broken Lands, Greater Sandworm, and Cryptic Serpent are probably cards worth looking at. This pack's actually not that strong once you get away from Samut. You know, there's plenty of playables, but nothing very exciting. Yeah, we're taking Samut. She may even be worth something as a mythic rare. Oh, I need to adjust the size of this. My bad, people. Alright, so in this pack, I think we probably want Sheffet Monitor. It's a pretty good card. There's no like removal here. Quarry Hauler is good as well, but I like the Monitor a little bit more. It helps us fix. In addition to just being a huge monster we can play in the late game. So I think that's what we take here. Even Initiate's solid. Quarry Hauler again, also solid, but we'll take Sheffet Monitor. Okay, Cruel Reality is a pretty cool card, but it is kind of hard to like make work. You have to be in a pretty controlling deck for it to work out. But this pack doesn't have much else going on for us in the other 2 theoretical colors that we want to be playing. And it's not that strong of a pack in general, so it may just be that we want to take Cruel Reality here. I mean, I like Hieroglyphic Illumination decently, and Spearmaster's fine, and Initiate's fine. We can take the Initiate and just keep trying to stay red. Same with Stinging Shot. At least then we're cutting red. But Cruel Reality is definitely sort of the strongest card, and I think we're just going to take it. I haven't managed to lose to this card yet. I almost did, but I've managed to beat it. But I'm pretty sure it can win games, especially if you can get it out, you know, if you can ramp into it or whatever. Okay, well, we're continuing to see red get cut a little bit. I may just take Sheltered Thicket here, though, because it could help us splash Samut. And the rest of this pack isn't very exciting. Gifts of Paradise can help us do it, too, but Sheltered Thicket's just going to be better. You know, we could take a red card just to cut red, or a medium green card, but I think I'm just going to take the Thicket. I could also take Horror of the Broken Lands and sort of move into black, but let's take the Thicket. Okay. Yep. Red and green do not feel open at all, which is pretty sad, considering we first picked a Samut. We got a Soul Stinger here, which is a pretty good card. Probably just what I take here. Shimmer Scale Drake's good too, but yeah, I'll take Soul Stinger. If like even one of her colors was open, I might be able to pull off a splash. Especially if it was green, because we already have Sheffet Monitor and a Sheltered Thicket, but it just doesn't feel like things are open enough. I mean, here we do have some decent green playables we could look at, but there's also a Wasteland Scorpion. I mean, it may be that green is open enough from my other side that I can be a green-black deck that's splashing red. I wouldn't hate that. And the black card I'm giving up, while good in Wasteland Scorpion, isn't incredible. So yeah, I'll take the companion here. Okay. Well, this is a pretty mediocre pack. Or Cartouche of Solidarity is okay. Miasmic Mummy's fine. Watchers of the Dead is fine. I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not excited about any of them. I think I'll take the Mummy. There's a decent enough chance to end up with some upside for discarding that, or zombies. I'll take it. Okay, well, that's a really late Trial of Knowledge. Other than that, this pack doesn't have anything that exciting, but I could take this trial and move into blue-black. I see what this draft wants me to do. Yeah, River Serpent's here. Stinging Shot did make it all the way around, which is interesting. It's not incredible or anything, but it is a playable green card. However, I think I'm kind of going to move into blue-black and take a River Serpent here. Again, some red and green cards made it back, but none of them are very good. I don't love Painful Lesson, so I may just take a red card here. It's really going to be our first red card, but yeah, we'll take it. All right, I'll take a Floodwaters. I'll take the Center's Deliverance. Yeah, I'll take a Scribe. Okay, so pack was a little bit of a train wreck since we started with the big bomb, and it doesn't look like we're going to get to play her, and that's always disappointing. So I'll just move her over there, probably this over there, and probably this green stuff too, but we'll see. If green's open enough from this side, I'm going to take a bunch of green cards here and try to splash Samet. There's still a chance we can do it between the Sheltered Thicket and the Sheffet Monitor, so we should keep that in mind. I don't love Scribe of the Mindful, and hopefully won't have to play it. But, you know, we also have Cruel Reality, which is a big bomb, sort of. I mean, it does cost 7. Okay, well, we got a Vizier here, which is pretty hard to say no to. It's such a good clone. Like, clones are always good, and this one has Embalm. So Crocodile the Crossing is a pretty good green card. And then we also have Soul Stinger and Splendid Agony, but I think that Vizier of Many Faces is just the best card in this pack, and we're going to take it. Cast Out, you say? White did seem relatively open early. And what are we giving up, like, in one of the colors we're thinking about playing? Like Slitherblade. Electrify is quite good. But, you know, we picked up one red card in that first pack. I just don't think red's open enough. I think white is, and I think because of that I'm going to take Cast Out here. It's just so strong that it's hard to take anything else. I mean, Electrify is the only card that comes close, and red has not seemed as open. So I'm going to take Cast Out and see what happens there. Okay, Top Crop Skirmisher is fine. Winged Shepherd, you know, if we just want to completely move into white, isn't a bad place to do it. Grim Strider's a solid card. But this pack is another one that's not all that exciting. Still not seeing any indicators that red or green are anywhere near open enough for us. White looks open. Blue looks reasonably open. I think I'm going to take the Shepherd here. Sort of moving all over the place. Of course, here's our red, green, gold card. Magic. Yeah, I mean, it is tempting to just say, okay, but I think we sort of need to commit now or we're going to be in a lot of trouble. And there's a Compulsory Rest here, which is a good card. So, you know, Naga Vitalist is too in green, and Hooded Brawler. There's also an Evolving Wilds, which could help us with our splashing. But I'm going to take Compulsory Rest. Okay. Doom Dissenter. If we want to move back into black. Impeccable Timing's alright. Spearmaster's alright. Those are serves alright. I'll take the Spearmaster. So it's sad because we have Cruel Reality and Samet, and I don't know if we're playing either of them. So I think we sort of ended up in a blue-white deck, but we'll see. Will this draft turn into a train wreck? It's possible. Oh God. Another Sheffet monitor. Like I said, will this draft turn into a train wreck? If green is just one of our colors, and green is actually looking open enough here, I will be able to splash Samet. And that is so tempting. I think I'm going to take the Sheffet monitor. Prepare to Fight's good. Trial of Strength's fine. Brawler and Kudu. So these are all good green cards that are still flowing here. I think we just got to go for it. I know I've been all over the place here, but I think that just convinced me to go for it with green and splash Samet. What my second color is, I'm not sure. It's either blue or white, but here we'll take a Kudu. Which stack is best? In white, we do have two good removal spells. But in blue, we have the Vizier of Many Faces, who's great. Making a copy of our own Samet. Oh wait, legend rule. So that won't work. But you know, making copies of something. So yeah, let's sort by color here while we try to figure this out. Probably don't want to main board Dissenter's Deliverance, but you know, if I'm low on playables because of what I'm trying to do here with Samet, that's okay. Well, that is a late fan bearer. Does that push me into white? I think it might, because fan bearer is excellent. And with cast out and compulsory rest already, I think that probably pushes me into white. And we are definitely low on playables, so we're probably going to end up having to play this, mostly because of the fact that we've been having a hard time committing to what we need to commit to. But I think we'll be okay in the last pack. May end up running some sort of borderline playables like Limits of Solidarity just because it has cycling. But the power level of what we have right here is pretty high. But you know, cast out, Samet, two Sheffet monitors. It's pretty good stuff. Yeah. Okay, well, Pouncing Cheetah is in fact green, so I will take it. Cartouche of Knowledge is pretty nice, like if we were still trying to play blue, but we're not. We're just going to take the decent card in the Cheetah. Okay, similarly, Stinging Shot is green, so we'll take it. I like it more than Manglehorn. This is going to have a target frequently, and when it doesn't, you can just cycle it away, so it's a fine main boardable card. I hate Protection of the Heckma. Heckma Sentinels, meanwhile, is a fine blue playable, but maybe I just take Dissenter's Deliverance here. You can also just think about Gate to the Afterlife. It's not terrible, but I don't love it either. I'll take a Dissenter's Deliverance. Oh, wow. Well, Naga Vitalist came back. I guess that means green is, in fact, quite open. I could take Gift of Paradise, which would help us splash even more, but I think we're kind of okay with what we have going on for splashing. So Benefaction of Ronas isn't that far away from being playable. I'd say we need... Wow. Well, I'm glad I moved into green. It was stupid open in that pack, and that's, you know, when I saw that Sheffet monitor, I knew it was. But yeah, didn't seem like it was going to go that well. Fanbearer is excellent. I don't mind with Crop Mate either. I think we probably want another Fanbearer though over like Hooded Brawler and things. Yeah, Fanbearer, it's just the best card in this pack, I think. So we'll just be taking it and feel good about it. Merciless Javelineer might be better, but it is gold. So Fanbearer it is. We're actually going to be playing the 3 colors Salmut needs to actually be able to use all of her abilities. So how about that? I'm gonna put one Sheffet monitor here since, you know, I'm not gonna be casting it all the time, especially if I really need my red mana. So yeah, for Benefaction of Ronus, we need 5-ish enchantments, and we have 2 so far. So keep that in mind. I do like Greater Sandworm a lot, and I think that's probably what I'll take here. Yeah, it is. Over another Winged Shepherd. I think the Sandworm's better than the Shepherd. Cartouche of Strength. Sure. I think that is what our deck wants. Gives us another enchantment, by the way. Gets us closer to Benefaction of Ronus being actually playable. Another Sandworm or a Colossopede. Now it looks like white's not very open, but that's probably okay. We have like high quality white cards when we do have them. Might be worth thinking about looking at our blue though if we really don't pick up some more white playables, but we'll take another Sandworm here. We have some ramping between our Naga Vitalist and 2 Sheffet monitors, so plus these guys have cycling, so that makes them a lot better. Okay. I guess probably just Colossopede. I could take an Anointer Priest. I don't have a ton of 2-drops, but I do have 2 1-drops. So, but also take Evolving Wilds. That might just be what I take here. Makes it even easier for us to splash Salmut. Yeah, let's do it. Colossopede's fine, but not that exciting. Ronus's Monument is kind of worth looking at, though. Our deck is kind of sort of a stompy style kind of deck, and we're okay on fixing already. And I feel like this Monument is going to be doing some work. Evolving Wilds or Monument. I think I still want the Wilds. It just makes our splash a lot better. You don't need to see my sideboard, I guess. Not right now. I mean, we're still a little short on playables, but there's still plenty of pack left. Trueheart Duelist. You don't really want Spring to Mind. I don't think it's super playable unless you have an off-color bomb and you don't have any other fixing. I mean, it is playable if you're blue-green is what I mean to say. I don't think it's super playable if you're not playing blue. I think I'd probably take the Duelist here over Companion or Brawler. It's decent. It's more than decent. It's a very good 2-drop. One of the better things you can do with 2 mana in this format. So he is joining the party. So Anointer Priest, Forsake the Worldly. I guess I'll take the Priest. Seraph of the Suns. I have had one match where I sided this thing in because my opponent had this very grindy, slow deck filled with removal that wasn't actually capable of killing it, and it was actually good for me. Let's take a Quarry Hauler. Shed Weakness is an okay combat trick, but I don't know if that's what we want. Maybe. Another Winged Shepherd. Sure, we got a lot of cycling. No real payoffs for it other than just the fact that our cards are going to be good at all stages of the game. I think I'd rather have Supply Caravan than Sacred Cat here. And that's a really late Colossopede. In the end, we're actually going to have some trimming. We got there on Playables. I don't think we got there in Benefaction of Ronus. We only picked up the one cartouche there, and that's not quite enough. So that's an easy cut. So is Dissenter's Deliverance. Another Anointer Priest. I don't have a whole lot in the way of creature tokens going on here. I think this deck actually turned out pretty solid in the end. It did, you know, we were kind of all over the place, and then we saw Clear Signs green was open and just sort of dropped everything and went into it, especially because we had Summit. So it was like, okay, we can splash Summit if we have a lot of green cards, and we definitely can. We definitely got there on the splash. 2 Shafet Monitors, an Evolving Wilds, and a Sheltered Thicket will get us there. Haven't gotten a chance to cast Summit myself or play against it, but it's clearly kind of, it's one of those gold rares or mythics where it's like, yeah, all right, I'll first pick it, despite the fact that the chances of me playing it are significantly lower than a monocolored card, but we definitely got there. And the white cards we have are no joke either. I mean, 2 Fanbearers, the Cast Out, those are some powerful cards. Okay, so let's move these out of here for a second. So we need to cut 2 more cards, I think. I mean, I don't think we can get away with 16 lands. I mean, we've got enough cards that cost 5 and 6 and 7. I mean, yes, they have cycling, but I don't think we quite have enough cycling to just be like, yeah, I can run that few of lands. So Stinging Shot may move to the sideboard. We have plenty of removal. So we definitely want to bring it in if we see a lot of flyers. I think we ended up with 0. No, we have 1 creature with Exert. So we ended up with kind of a weird green-white deck. In that sense. We can probably cut 1 Anointer Priest and not feel too bad about it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think this is our deck. Sort by color. And we have Evolving Wilds and Sheltered Thicket. So definitely more green than white, but we do have 2 white 1-drops that we really want to play on turn 1. So yeah, so I think, yeah, we do want to run the 1 mountain. Sheltered Thicket and Evolving Wilds, I mean, it's a green source. I think we can probably get away with 7/1/7. I think we can. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, well, this deck in the end looks really good. We have 20 creatures. So maybe we wanted to take some, like, play Shed Weakness. There probably were a few cards that would have been really good if you have 20 creatures that we didn't take. Cartouche of Strength is really good when you have a lot of creatures, and we did take it at least. But yeah, I like the look of this. I'll play the matches with it now, so I will see you in match 1. All right, we're going to the first match of an Amonkhet Draft, and we would like to play first. There's a reasonable hand. I mean, you know, a couple Fanbearers is always nice. True Heart Duelist. So we have 1-drop, 2-drop. Maybe we'll draw a 3-drop and get really aggressive here. Play a Fanbearer. All right, we're going to attack with our Fanbearer. Get in there for 1. Wouldn't mind, you know, not drawing lands for a little bit here. That was the one scary thing about that hand is we had 4 lands, so we don't really want to draw a ton of them. I mean, we're already down to only 1 spell left in our hand. Okay, it's going to be True Heart Duelist. There's Shefet Monitor. So I'm going to attack. Then I'm going to Embalm True Heart Duelist. Right now, it might just be better to hold on to Shuffit Monitor. Aww. Well, now we have two of them, so not as necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with my duelist. If he wants to trade, that's fine. Nope. Okay. So I think I'm just going to leave mana up to cycle a Shuffit Monitor. Then I'll be able to play the other one on the next turn. And I'll get the mountain that we need in case we draw Summit. So I think I'm okay with that. I'm a little scared my opponent's going to play a Cartouche and do some gross things with the Trial of Ambition, but they haven't yet. But there's a decent chance that they do. Gets in for 2. We will cycle the non-foil one. And get a mountain. All right. Well, more lands, but we are just going to play a huge creature now. And we'll end our turn. Opponent's down to 1 card in hand, which is nice. We can play almost basically anything in our deck that we draw, and we have some big, scary creatures to go along with our monitor. Does the opponent attack? No. Like that one. I think we're going to attack with the monitor. Yeah, we're going to attack with the monitor here. He can take down like a creature and a card in our opponent's hand, or a couple of my opponent's creatures, or whatever. I'm going to make sure I kill the Bitterblade guy first of all. If I kill them both, then that's even better, but I don't think I'm going to. I think my opponent's got something planned here. Yeah, Spidery Grasp. I still kill that guy, though. So I still get a 2-for-1. And then we just slam an even larger creature who none of my opponent's creatures can block onto the table. So, what's up? Okay, you can block with that guy. But nobody... Oh, yeah. There's the dream. So the question is, do I just play Samet now? And no, I don't think I do. She doesn't actually have the greatest of attacks, surprisingly. I think flashing her in is just going to be better, so... Sandworm, go. So yeah, you take 7, go to 9. I'm going to play this Fanbearer. I guess, actually, I could have played Samet and Fanbearer, tapped the Colossopede, and attacked with Samet, and that would have been pretty powerful. But I think we're okay. I can actually play her and untap my Sandworm, so that's pretty cool, right? So if my opponent tries to do some stuff, nope. All right, we're just gonna flash her in. That is a large Grim Strider that our opponent has, admittedly, but we can tap it down. All right, yeah, we got there. Scooped to seeing Samet. Makes sense. Yeah, Yeah, that was a pretty sweet game. I mean, we started with way too many lands, but then having all those lands meant if we drew Winged Shepherds or Greater Sandworms, we could just slam them on the table, and that's what we did. Wow. Well, there's the hand you do not want. This one, I think, is keepable thanks to cycling, but it's a little shaky. Do I want to draw another cycler? I don't really think I need to do that. I'd rather just draw like some green mana or an early drop. But yeah, we're just going to cycle Winged Shepherd on turn 1. Probably the Sandworm on turn 2, and hope we draw some action somewhere along the line. Alright, well, we can cast Samet without too much trouble this game. I'm just going to end my turn. Alright, I'm just going to cycle. Good, good, good. Now we can play Samet even sooner. 'Cause that's fair. We are going to take 2 here. I'm not going to show my opponent I have my red mana yet because I can't cast anything anyway. I'm not planning on blocking, so I think my Naga Vitalist is going to go ahead and get in there. Of course, if my opponent had a Pouncing Cheetah there, that would have been rough. So I probably shouldn't have done that, mostly because my hand is way too slow if I'm not playing one of these 5-drops next turn. So could have ended really badly for me there, but it didn't. Question is whether I should cycle my worm. I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of think I should keep him. I don't really need to cycle into anything right now. I just got awesome stuff going on, basically. And I can cast them. Although, yeah, with the Naga Vitalist, I can actually cast the Sandworm. So, right, now we'll play red mana, and we'll just pass the turn, which does sort of telegraph that maybe we have Samut. But it could be a bluff. Could be a bluff. It's not, but... And then we can play Sandworm with haste. That seems pretty good, right? All right. Bring the thunder. We're definitely going to eat this Grim Strider if my opponent attacks. Right. Opponent thinks we have Samet, and they are correct. So, but double strike means I don't need to worry about that. So we're just going to cast Samet. Opponent may just rage quit because we got our ridiculous bomb 2 games in a row. So double strike will keep the death touch from ever hitting Samet. So works out pretty well. So I can play my Sandworm, but my opponent can actually excuse me. My opponent can actually double block it right now with pretty good double block. But I think I play it anyway. Oh, I don't have enough mana, really? Well, that solves that problem. Okay. I was thinking I did. 3, 4, yeah, math. Okay. So I probably just play Supply Caravan then. Yeah. I think that's the plan. And we'll tap this so we get the creature token. But yeah, it's our opponent's Colossopede and Grimstrider are making my life more difficult than I would like. I mean, I would definitely kill one of them in combat. But the other one would kill Salmet, so, you know, not exactly what I want right now. Gotta draw some removal. To enable some good attacks here. Okay, that's bad. All right. So Colossopede's massive now and gonna fight Salmet, I'm sure. So yeah. In response to that, there's no reason I shouldn't untap my Naga Vitalist. Yeah, we need to draw Cast Out or Compulsory Rest, like ASAP, basically. All right. That is neither of those things. But yeah, now we'll play our big worm, though. Can actually cast him this time. And I'll end my turn. So my worm can attack, but he can double block it. The Kenra cannot block at least, but I'm just kind of waiting to draw some removal here. I want to play Anointer Priest. And in my turn. Like our own Cartouche of Strength would be great. I'm going to flash in Pouncing Cheetah. Quarry Hauler, you don't do anything for me right now other than provide another body, which isn't a bad thing. So we don't have, there's no counters anywhere on the board, so we don't have our Ornery Kudu in play or anything, so. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So I'm going to attack with my Sandworm. And then cast out one of the creatures he double blocks with. Just going to take it. Okay, that works. That works too. We're going to hold on to both cards in our hand just to bluff. And we'll end our turn. If he attacks, I'm going to declare a block first and see if I can get him to use a trick or something, because that would be cool. Oh man, he played another large creature. What's up with that? Okay. I'm going to hold on to Cast Out to use in a double block scenario. Oh, there's our Kudu. What I'm tempted to do here is attack with my Quarry Hauler and my Greater Sandworm. This should, in theory, get him to block my Quarry Hauler with one of his larger creatures, which will kill my Quarry Hauler. And he'll double block my Greater Sandworm with the 2 6-power creatures. And then I can cast out one of them. That doesn't sound bad. Sounds like a good way to get through this roadblock. So let's go for that. Okay, well, we're still going to get to cast out, and we're getting in for 4, so it works for me. We're going to cast out. And we're going to exile the Grim Strider. So we get a 2-for-1 here. Our worm just runs over the Ceradon. Only he had trample. Okay, and then I'm going to play Ornery Kudu. I'm going to put the counter here because, come on. But we should have the win next turn unless our opponent draws something nuts. So that should have gotten us there. Yeah, it did. All right, well, our deck's power level was definitely on display there. So hopefully we can do a similar thing in the next match. Let me update my record here. 22-13 isn't too bad. And this is my 13th draft I'm recording. Remember, I'm recording this way ahead of time because I'm actually out of town for the entire month of June. So theoretically, by the time you're actually watching this, I'll have drafted it even more times. But all right, on to the next match. All right, going into the second match of an Amonkhet Draft. I think this is a keep. Having Samet in your opening hand with no red mana is kind of annoying, but we have a turn 1 Fan Bearer. We can cycle our Sandworm, and then we have a Quarry Hauler, and those aren't bad things. We do have 4 different cards we can draw that can get our red mana for us, so there's a decent chance we draw them and can play Samut. Okay. Fan Bearing time. I guess with Samut, I can actually occasionally, I mean, it's going to cost a total of 5 mana, but tap 2 creatures with my Fan Bearer. Right, no 2-drop from our opponent. I'm cool with that. Fan Bearer's going to get in there. All right. So, yeah, we probably cycle our Sandworm. We need to draw into some action. Oh, I just passed my turn on accident. That was bad. So bad. I realized I did it. That's not good. Good news is our opponent doesn't have anything going on, but man, passing that turn. Our opponent could have Pouncing Cheetah now, and there's no reason for me to attack into that, so we won't. 1 damage isn't worth it. But yeah, missing that. Looks like we missed a land drop, so our opponent's probably like, okay, they missed the land drop. But we didn't. I'm just going to straight up cast Vizier Tumbling Sands. It's a sweet card. I don't think I've ever gotten to draft one yet. But it is a sweet card. Our opponent can ramp with it, which isn't really what we want to be happening here. All right, into another Cycler. So he should be able to play Quarry Hauler here if I wasn't a moron. Okay, well that's actually going to be pretty good. So I think I do cycle this Winged Shepherd. Yeah. And end my turn. So if we can get Quarry Hauler out there, we have some nice Cartouche of Strength action going. All right, opponent just playing dudes. I'm not going to tap anything right this second. I think I may as well tap Vizier because the Vizier can then untap the guys that I tap. So it's, yeah, so they're going to tap before us. All right. Yeah, we're just going to play the Hauler. He's a big dude on this board. Don't have our red mana yet, but we might find it. I mean, we've drawn a couple extra cards. We got 4 cards that can get us to red mana left in our deck. So, it's not too bad. Cartouche of Knowledge. Yeah, that's probably what I'll be killing. With Cartouche of Strength, that is. Especially if our opponent taps out. And my Quarry Hauler can just smash it without being worried about anything. Oh. Cut to ribbons, man. That's pretty brutal. All right, they're going to loot. I'm just going to take it. And yeah, we'll just take 5. If we hadn't screwed up on our land drop, although he probably would have played cut to ribbons either way. Okay, now we can get our red mana. The cost of doing so is pretty significant, except this isn't going to untap actually, so it's less of a problem. So yeah, I think we just cycle Chef at Monitor at the end of our opponent's turn, and then we can play Summit. Giving Summit trample and +1/+1 with Cartouche of Strength is pretty appealing. So. All right, he's not going to stay tapped because my opponent has Vizier Tumbling Sands in play. I'm just killing it in this game. But, I mean, I think it's still worth doing what we want to do here. Which means we don't get to tap anything because we need the mana to cycle the Monitor. Yeah, so we're going to take another 5. I could think about blocking the guy with Embalm, but it doesn't really seem worth it. Okay, so grab a mountain. Oh, you know, God, I'm stupid. I forgot to come into play untapped. So I really should have tried to tap something at least. He could have untapped it, obviously, so. Yeah, it's not. Wouldn't have made a huge difference. Okay. All right. So 3, 6, 7. So I can play True Heart Duelist. And then also flash in Summit. Yeah, we can. Works for me. Gonna take another hit in the air, but I think, yeah, this Vizier really makes my Fan Bearer so much less effective. There might be something to be said for using the cartouche on it, but I don't think there is. We're at low enough life, and this is a flyer that's looting for our opponent, so. Right, so now we find out if our opponent has Electrify or something like it. I probably should have waited for that trigger just so that my opponent would have had less knowledge about the board. Oh, don't have Electrify. Electrify. Oh, why? I hate it when I'm right sometimes. Okay, bye-bye, Summit. I'm going to block his Skirmisher with... Yeah. Honestly, though, Fan Bearer is so bad right now. Let's just block with Fan Bearer. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wish I had a tapped creature, but there's not even a good way for me to manufacture that right now. I could use Cartouche of Strength. It would really be a 2 for 2, I guess, because I'd get rid of his Cartouche. But I don't like that a whole lot. I wonder if I attack if my opponent is afraid to block. Probably not. So it's not worth the risk. I think we just have to play the Caravan. Just as a 3/5. And then also play Initiate's Companion. gonna take another 3 in the air. Freaking electrify. Yeah, this little combo here has been pretty great for our opponent. They've been pitching lands, bashing. Didn't exert him that time, which is interesting. Maybe he's about to untap a land with his Vizier. No, just Shimmer Scale Drake, no big deal. Okay, that's a problem. Now we have 2 flying creatures and we're at 4 life. Okay, you can actually block them. However, Cartouche of Strength guarantees me I kill one of them. Whereas playing Winged Shepherd, if my opponent plays removal, I'm in for some trouble. So we're just going to play the Cartouche here. And I'm going to use it to kill the Shimmer Scale Drake because when I do play my Winged Shepherd, it'll at least be able to block Battlefield Scavenger and kill it. Yeah, we'll play Red Crop Spearmaster. We're going to go to 1 this turn. If we're lucky, we may also just be dead. I'm hopeful we don't have to deal with a flying Battlefield Scavenger who's getting untapped every turn in the next game. Doesn't seem like too much to ask for. Cryptic Serpent, okay. All right. Gonna play our Shepherd. And I'm gonna hold on to this Naga Vitalist to bluff with. So if he just has a removal spell, we're dead because we only have the 1 flyer in play. If he doesn't, we can make this last a little while longer. What would have happened if I hadn't screwed up on that land drop? Probably not a huge difference because our opponents, we wouldn't have been able to do anything about this either way. I guess we would have been able to do something about it a turn earlier though. So. Oh, he's just going to use Earth, which just means I'm dead because he'll kill all my ground creatures. Can he kill all my ground creatures? No. Oh, he only has to get it through for 1 though. So he's killing my ground creatures. Most of them, and then can just get in for 1, yeah. Yep. All right. We got crushed there. Lots of bad play on my part. Didn't help. So Stinging Shot seems pretty reasonable between the Cartouche and I'm sure other flyers. The worst part is our opponent knows we have Samut now, and we didn't get any value out of it that game. Like if they know they have it and we, you know, did a lot of work with it, then that's nice. But I mean, that's fine. Spearmaster's not super exciting. Neither is Anointer Priest. I think I'd rather cut that. All right. I would like to play first. Okay, this isn't a bad hand. It's kind of a slow one, but I think we still keep it. We have cycling to help us find our way. I'm going to lead with Sheltered Thicket, though. Then next turn we can cycle our Winged Shepherd. We're definitely not cycling Cast Out. I can tell you that much. Okay, now I actually think we just play Fanbearer. Our turn 2 Fanbearer. And then we're just going to play the Spearmaster, and, you know, we'll cycle when we have a chance, but there's no reason for us to just yet. Hey. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and play this Spearmaster. We could use a 4th land so we can cycle, and then we're immediately where we can cast Samut. So that would be nice. Vizier of Tumbling Sands. Of course. Why not? Why not, you know? This time if he gives it flying, we can kill it. But I'm going to go ahead and cycle Winged Shepherd right now. Ugh. Alright then. I'm going to attack with the Spearmaster. I'm not going to exert. So this annoying combo is in play again, which means tapping down Battlefield Scavenger won't really do anything except make my opponent tap their Vizier. Which isn't the worst. It's something, it's just not that great. It may just be better to cycle Stinging Shot. If we're lucky, he'll just put the cartouche on this, and then we can just kill it. That's if he does exactly what he did in the last game. All right, now he's ramping this time. True Art Twins. Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and tap down Battlefield Scavenger. Oh, mana problems. This is not the time for you. Ugh. Okay. This is not good. These guys can hit really hard. I think we go ahead and we tap down the Vizier, so at least if they exert themselves, my opponent won't be able to untap them next turn. Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan. No exerting. With Cartouche of Strength, I can at least play it and kill the Vizier. Should I just take 6 here? Yeah, I'll take 6. Sure. Why not? Oh, good. Something we can use Stinging Shot on, if nothing else. Okay. So, I think I want to kill the Vizier and also make this guy big enough to tangle with these things. I don't think I have time to just ramp right here to try to get to my Samut. So I think we just want to go Cartouche. Kill the Vizier. And we have Stinging Shot to use on the Drake to basically negate it. So that's not too bad. All right, so I'm going to block right here. See what our opponent does. 0/1 flyer now, and we killed his guy, so I don't hate that. Another Shimmer Scale Drake. We do have an answer for it, but man, is that annoying. Okay, so now we have mana for Samut. I think we just, you know, our opponent could have Electrify again, but I think we just pass the turn and try to play Samut and eat this guy. We're basically telegraphing it again, but our opponent has to have Electrify, so... Alright, so... Do you have Electrify? Of course you do. Okay, so we're going to take the 5 here. All right, time to go back into a more defensive position. We want to leave 2 mana up, so I think this time I am going to cycle the Sheffet Monitor, which will get me to a 2nd mana. And then I can tap down the flyer. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Sandworm, hello. So our opponent could have really annoying bounce spell for our Sandworm. So we're keeping that in mind. Ooh, so we go to 2 here. Great, great, great. Yeah, I think we lost. Man. Yeah, having an answer for Samut both times and the great starts our opponent had were not good news for us. So I could use... Oh, no, I can tap him down. We're not quite dead. We're not dead yet. I just have to play a couple of mediocre blockers and then tap down the flyer, which I can do. So bring it on. So I'm going to block here so I can actually kill that thing, and I'm going to block here. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Ugh. Stop playing creatures that can kill me. Okay. Oh, he's going to buy me some much needed time. Still can't block the flyer, but he can double block guys on the ground. I still don't know if I can survive. Problem is that I have to leave 2 mana up. Well, if I cast out on this flyer, block 2 creatures with this, and then block the Kenra. That could buy me some time. We'll see. We're basically fighting a very uphill battle at this point. We don't have a great chance to win this. It's going to be very difficult to turn around. So tapping down this flyer isn't going to do it. I have to be able to block with my Fan Bearer. So yeah, bring the Thunder. Right, he's going to exert that guy, which means he can get in for 1, even if I block with my Duelist. I'm going to cast out on this. And then my duelist is going to go... so that will drop us to 1 if our opponent has no tricks. Doesn't really matter, but... down to 1 we go, and our opponent, of course, has more action. So... we can bring back the duelist. This is exerted. It can block 2 creatures. And then I can play... I should play my kudu. Yeah, so we still have another turn in us. Funnily enough. I actually probably should have put the counter on my duelist. We're trying everything we can to like get to a point in this game where we can win. But it seems impossible. Why did you cycle Floodwaters? It would just win you the game if you could cast it. I mean, I guess you're going to win the game eventually anyway, most likely, but still. That is some aggressive cycling. Okay, so I'm going to block one of these with that, and then True Heart Duelist is going to block here and here. Ugh. God, so wide. Yeah, we're done. We made it last for a while there at the end, thanks to True Heart Duelist, but we got crushed that time. We crushed in match 1, got crushed in match 2. So my stats are going back to 22 and 14. And I'll see you guys in the next match. Hopefully we can finish 2-1. I feel like this deck deserves to, you know, despite me being its pilot. So I'll see you then. All right, we are 1-1 in this Amonkhet draft, and we would like to play first. This hand is a keep. It's a little bit of a shaky keep, but I still think it's a keep. We do need to draw a couple lands, but we can do that, right? Sure, we can. About half our remaining deck is lands, so... but we have a 2-drop, we have removal, and a 3-drop that I don't mind putting the counter, and a creature I don't mind putting the counter on. All right, we did it. Now can we get to a 4th land and even a 5th land? That'd be fine with me. Glory Bound Initiate. It's kind of something I feel like I need to put Compulsory Rest on immediately because I'm not going to be able to block it well, like ever. So, yeah, we'll just do this. We're going to bash for 1. Probably should have attacked first. There's no way my opponent was going to trade, but it was an option. Kind of want to play the Kudu before the Quarry Hauler because I'd like to get rid of the -1/-1 counter if I can, but it may not matter. Okay. Yeah, I think I play the Kudu first. Well, we attack first, actually. We want to get in for that 1 damage while we can. Okay, so Kudu. And we'll end our turn. Might just play the Colossipede next since he's so big. Guess he's just going to put the counters on the Initiate, yeah. So he's got a 4/5 now. So yeah, we want to play our Colossopede. Who's just bigger. Oh, at least it can only be used as a sorcery, but that's still going to be painful. I mean, if he attacks with the Stinger, I block it with my Colossopede. I don't think there's much question about that. If he then wants to use the Dunes to finish off my Colossopede, I'm okay with it. All right, yeah, he can do that too. So now we just take 4. Basically. If my opponent decides to attack anyway. Okay. I can still use the Cartouche here. It feels so bad though. Because of that stupid enchantment. But I don't have anyone who can fight and survive anyway. So I think that's fine. I mean, he could have fought and survived, but just barely. I wonder what the opponent's thinking about you doing. Using a combat trick, maybe? Yes, that is what they're planning on doing. Okay. Now he's going to come back into play smaller, but also with the ability to put -1/-1 counters on other creatures. I think I'd rather have him come into play smaller. I would, yeah. Does come back tapped, so we are going to get in for 3 here. And I will end my turn. So we kind of want to play this Winged Shepherd so we can fly over this annoying Soul Stinger, who right now, if say he blocks this, he gets to have a 2-for-1. Oh no, he's getting in there. Aggressive. Stir the Sands. That's not cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to play Quarry Hauler. Remove the counter from my Priest so that it can block these zombie tokens. And I'll end my turn. I might have to cycle Winged Shepherd. All right, that works for me. He can't quite get a 2-for-1 with it right now, but he sort of can thanks to Grasping Dunes. Okay. Zombies, zombies, zombies. Yeah, I'm going to cycle Winged Shepherd. Okay, that's not bad. Red mana? No. Wouldn't have hated it, but I'm gonna hold on to this card. Right now, the Soul Stinger is just gonna keep bashing us every turn. Which is not a lot of fun. Right, make another zombie. They probably have the Zombie Lord, and if they play that, we're not going to be real happy. Okay, well, I'm going to block this with my Kudu. I think he'll then kill my Kudu with the Grasping Dunes, but I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with it. Yeah, that's what's happening. Goodbye, Kudu. Now we have enough mana to cast our Winged Shepherd. Too bad it's in our graveyard. Alright, we'll end our turn. Okay, that's a problem. Especially if they play another zombie right here. They do not, though. We take another 2. Yeah. Away. Okay. Starting to regret cycling that Winged Shepherd. Are we getting to the point where I should just 2-for-1 myself here? I think we might be. Yeah, let's do it. Let's 2-for-1 ourselves. You can kill that and my Vitalist. But he's going to go after the Quarry Hauler, which makes sense. All right. Ooh, thank you, Fanbearer. You're going to be pretty useful. Gain that 1 life back. All right. I mean, at least the Quarry Hauler can still trade for a zombie. Okay. So, you're just going to block a zombie. Quarry Hauler's going to trade with 1. You're going to block a zombie. If you have Inoketra's name, I'm going to be in trouble here, but I'll take the rest. Don't play Inoketra's name. Okay. They don't. All right. Ooh, okay. All right. I'm just going to use this to tap for mana. This is pretty huge right now. Gives us another life and another token. And it's a creature who can just block all these zombies. Now, if he plays his own zombie, obviously that's not going to work for us because he can tap. He can tap our supply caravan if he plays a zombie. That is a zombie. Okay. We'll tap down 1 zombie. All right, we're going to double block Binding Mummy. Hello, red mana. Now we're in business. All right, I'm just going to end my turn. I want him to be unable to attack unless my supply caravan gets tapped, he can't attack. So, all right, Baleful Ammit. That is a large creature with lifelink, but it is one we can flash Samet into block at some point. I don't think we're actually going to play Samet yet. I do think we want to tap down Baleful Ammit. Because if I play Samet, does my opponent have any good blocks, actually? They might not, because he kills one of them, and then they can only do 3 to him, or her, excuse me. Yeah, Samet it is. All right. Okay, so gonna attack with Samet here. Just gonna take 6. I'm okay with that. And we'll just hold on to these. We can tap down 2 creatures with Fanbearer if we want to. Samet does have to tap herself to do that, but yeah, I think that's all we want to do, though. Samet as a blocker is formidable enough that there's no real reason to tap her down. Except now there is. Now there is a reason, because it's the end of my opponent's turn. Right. I think I'm attacking with the caravan now too, because that's lethal. Yeah, okay. Take 3. Run over a zombie token. Play Evolving Wilds. I'm just going to sacrifice it now. Opponent needs to find an answer for what we're doing, and they did not. All right, Samet for the win. Didn't see a lot of flyers. Didn't see any artifacts that I should be worried about. So I think we're good. Anointed Priest isn't a terrible thing to side in against a bunch of X1s, but we didn't see a bunch of those. So we are good. Okay, this is a solid hand. The 2 Greater Sandworms is a little silly, and we'll just probably cycle one of them, but we have a 2-drop and we have all our mana, so those are all good things. Sacred Cat. Don't want to cycle that. Although I guess I could have, since I have a mountain in my hand as well. Wouldn't have been the worst to cycle it. We only need 1 red source after all. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. Last time we were able to deal with that early. I don't think we're going to this time. Yeah, playing Anointed Priest is better than Initiate's Companion. For sure. So we can at least block Sacred Cat with it. But this is going to hurt and take our opponent up to 25. Grasping Dunes. Yeah, yeah. Gain your life. Cursed Minotaur. Alright. So, I think I just leave mana up for Pouncing Cheetah. And plan on flashing that in to help me kill that Minotaur, basically. This is our best creature with flash in our deck, clearly. So, Samet doesn't have anything on Pouncing Cheetah. Alright, so let us pounce. So he could blow us out here with Supernatural Stamina. It's worth noting. That would be really bad. The good news is our Anointer Priest isn't really going to be a whole card because it has Embalm. So there's that. Time to Reflect. Okay, let's similarly blows us out. Yeah, we're in trouble this time. Our opponent is just playing things left and right. Is it better to play Naga Vitalist and Initiate's Companion? It probably is. Opponent is out of gas, so if we can get to the late game, play some Sandworms, which we're not too far away from doing, we can probably stabilize, but that's not going to be super, super easy. I definitely trade with the Scorpion if it attacks. Throw my Initiate's Companion in front of it. Oh, right. That just kills my guy. Awesome. That is awesome. Yep. All right. We're just going to take it. 4-7. Yeah, we'll take it. What the heck? Feels good. Right, that's not really what we were hoping for there. You cost 4 to do your thing. This is exerted. Yeah, we still have another turn. So yeah, we'll Embalm. I'm gonna probably block this time with my Vitalist and then cycle Greater Sandworm at the same time. Yeah, I think that's my plan. It's not one I love, but it is a plan. Right, so let's try to take down this Minotaur again. Nope, we're not going to do it. Okay. Ouch. I don't think we have much we can draw. You'd have been nice real early in this game. But now we're too late. Yeah, that is game. On to game 3. If I can't deal with that Glory Bound Initiate early with like a Fan Bearer or a Compulsory Rest, I'm just going to lose to it like I did there. I guess Shed Weakness doesn't seem terrible against that guy. And our Spearmaster seems pretty bad against all these -1/-1 counters. So yeah, let's bring in a Shed Weakness. That freaking Minotaur with Menace and combat tricks and removal, situational removal really hurt us too. Okay, I would like to play first. Okay, early Fanbearer, all of our mana, good 3-drop. I like it. This is a good one. Cast out as well. So this time we won't have to roll over to creatures quite as badly as we did last time, at least hopefully. And I can play the Kudu as a 3/4 and put the counter on my Fanbearer. The bad news about doing that is our opponent does have Grasping Dunes and could just kill our Fanbearer, so that's worth thinking about. Okay, Fanbearer versus Fanbearer. I'm probably going to cycle this Sandworm here in the early game. Glorybound Initiate. Awesome. At least this time we have a Fanbearer, but still. He can try to keep me from developing my board basically by playing Glorybound Initiate. Because it's a lot riskier for me to like tap out. I need to leave my mana up for his Glorybound Initiate being the idea. That's mostly true. But I think I may let it hit me once. Yeah, I'm going to play my Kudu. I'm going to put the counter on itself. I don't really want to lose Fanbearer to a Grasping Dunes. So we're going to take damage this turn. That much is certain. We have Cast Out if we need to use it on the Initiate, though. Yeah. Exert, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to combat. I'm not gonna attack. So that was an exciting combat, wasn't it? I'll play this and I'll end my turn. I mean, Colossopede can just start blocking Glorybound Initiate, assuming Colossopede stays alive, but using Cast Out on the Initiate is probably still a good call. It's just such a problem. And that's probably what I'll do at the end of my turn. The end of my opponent's turn, I should say. Just get rid of it. Then suddenly my board is far superior to my opponent's, especially once we land a Colossopede or a Supply Caravan. Okay, so he's going to tap something here. Oh, no, never mind. It's only a zombie once it's embalmed. Kind of forgot about that. He's going to tap down my Kudu. So it appears. Yeah, that's fine. I will take 2 this turn. After the Initiate here. Okay, so I think I attack with my Kudu and then play Supply Caravan here. I'm fine with that. My opponent can, of course, get back a zombie and then tap down my guys, but it's not a huge deal. Our opponent's been missing black mana until just now, so who knows what black cards are lying in wait in their hand. Right. That does make sense. Mummy for 2. Baleful Ammit. That's big. Good news is Supply Caravan can block it, Colossipede can block it, I can tap it down, I can throw out Pouncing Cheetah, I can do a lot of things about that Baleful Ammit. 2, 4, 5, so we have 6 mana. I probably want to leave mana up for Fanbearer this time around. Instead of playing the Colossipede. I think I'm going to attack with the Caravan, though. Yeah, I'm going to attack with the Caravan. All right, get in for 3. My opponent probably thinks I have Samut, which is what's kind of funny here. So I could sort of bluff Samut while I'm really just going to play a Pouncing Cheetah and tap his Baleful Ammit down. I guess he could potentially tap down my Cheetah. It's worth keeping that in mind. That's assuming he plays a zombie to tap this down too. Because I will double block the Baleful Ammit with my Kudu and my Warrior if I have to. Okay, yeah, what are you tapping? Opponent has a lot of life gain in their deck, don't they? Okay. Yeah, I think I tapped down the Ammit. And trading Pouncing Cheetah for Binding Mummy doesn't feel too terrible. That's what we're going to try to do here. I guess I'll probably trade my Warrior for that thing too. Could have impeccable timing. But that's okay. If I get him to use a card on my Cheetah, I kind of feel like I've done what I needed to do with it. Okay. Ooh. Hands rubbing together like a maniac mode. Samut is awesome. Okay. I think we just end our turn. Yeah. I wish I could also tap something down, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So my opponent could tap down Summit when I play it, but my Supply Caravan can equally trade with Baleful Ammit. So we'll just play Summit now. If he has an answer for it, he has an answer for it. But if he doesn't, you know, we're in pretty good shape. He can, of course, use Fanbearer to tap him down. So he's not going to necessarily just like dominate this game. But I am about to play Colossipede with haste because of him. So that's not too bad, right? Yeah. Okay. Intriguing. Is this going to be worth it? Opponent has 2 cards in their hand. Yeah, I think we got to go for it. Okay. God. All right. Well, made him use a card. You don't really feel good about that with Samet, though, you know, but... Okay. Gotta find another way to win. Samet's not gonna take us there. Neither is that forest. Yeah, we're not doing anything other than playing an Anointer Priest. Should I have played around Time to Reflect? I mean, we knew our opponent had one. We didn't know they had it in their hand, but we knew they had one. Battle of Fanbearers. Okay. Having another 3 power creature seems pretty good. So I'm going to put this counter onto... Yeah, Anointer Priest. Colossipede gets tapped down. I think I attack with Supply Caravan now. Yeah, get some. Go camels. I have both camels in this deck, by the way. Only one of each, though. It's not really a camel deck. Yeah, Compulsory Rest is annoying. Now my opponent can focus just on tapping down my Supply Caravan or my Kudu or whatever. Okay, that's pretty good because we can make Ornery Kudu also a 3/4. Both camels. Also, it's big on this board anyway. Okay, so let's go to combat. I think I attack with 1 Kudu. Yeah, it's gonna double block. We will kill the Sparring Mummy. One less creature that can kill my Quarry Hauler in combat. That's a bit of a nuisance. See, if I had Samet in play, I could tap 2 things down a turn, but no. There we go. There we go. Okay, so let's go to combat here. Okay, Caravan tap down. I think we just get in there with both of those. Yeah, that'll end up killing my Quarry Hauler, but I'm okay with it. We're about to play a Massive Worm, which will then be what my opponent has to tap down with their Fanbearer. Bye-bye, Quarry Hauler. Got a little extra value out of you. And we'll end our turn. I can't block Greater Sandworm, so that's nice. But yeah, my opponent just has to keep on tapping stuff down. So let's go to combat. All right. I'm going to attack with Supply Caravan. Am I? Let's just attack with the Kudu. I'd rather lose it in a trade with Baleful Ammit. All right. Need to remember to use Compulsory Rest at the end of my opponent's turn so that I can gain some life, and not doing anything else with my mana right now. So Binding Mummy is kind of a problem, as it can start giving my opponent the ability to tap down another thing. All right, let's cycle this. Okay, that is in fact a creature. All right, so combat. Attack with both of these. Oh, I forgot to use that even after mentioning it. I am so good. All right, drops the opponent to 7. And we'll play True Heart Duelist. And hold on to this land. Right, we will tap down Baleful Ammit. All right, things looking good for us. Things are looking good. So if I tap down a blocker, can I just get in for lethal? Not really, because it'll stop my Sandworm. I swing for 3. I mean, the only things I'm swinging with are 3, 6, 8, and he can block plenty of that. So, yeah. Okay. And yeah, I'm perfectly fine attacking with all of these. Right. Probably going to use removal or something. Supernatural Stamina. Okay. So, all right. Goodbye, Ornery Kudu. My opponent does go down to 2 here, though, either way. So I'm going to play Initiate's Companion. And in my turn. So yeah, they got to find a way out of this. And no, that'll help them. now we're finally going to gain some life here. Probably just cast that now. If I tap this down, doesn't really accomplish much. Because I tap this down, then he taps down my worm, and I can attack with a 3/5, a 2/2, and a 3/1. The 3/1 will get traded with. I would like if the 2/2 got traded with. But then he can swing back at me with his big Amonkhet, because I won't have the ability to tap down his guy anymore. So I don't think that's worth doing. I think we just play another huge monster their opponent has to deal with, and this land so we can tap down their guy. Okay. Wouldn't mind my freaking flyer, my angel. Be pretty good. Yep, turn your land into a zombie. Which lets you tap down one of my guys. Makes me use that now. Which is an interesting choice by my opponent, actually. All right. Ooh, now things get interesting. Because if anything gets through, my opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. I'll stop one, and then I'll have 6 attackers. And I can stop one of his blockers, too. Interesting. Okay, so we'll begin combat. Tap down this. Yep. Tap, tap, tappy. Think we're probably going to get there thanks to the shed weakness we cited in. He's just taking it all. Okay. Well, guess we didn't need to think about it as much as we did. We finished 2-1 in the end, which is solid. Gets me closer to being 10 games above 500, which would be ideal. So thanks for watching. I'll be back next week with another Amonkhet Draft. And don't forget my content sponsored in part by 5colorcombo.com, a great website for all things Magic. They have a great app for Magic, a great website for Magic where you can make decks on the app on your phone, and it's integrated with their website and everything, and that is pretty cool. So go and check that out.